Hitlist.io.
All right, good morning, world. Good morning, good people. It's your boy Bernard Dyson coming to you from Lifestyle Motivational Podcast. Um, Today's topic is going to be about setting a standard or building a culture of love within your home, right? Um, and as we all know, once we build a culture of love or positive culture, let me say that, within our home, it spreads abroad, right? So once we build it, that culture, that positive culture, once we step outside of our home, even with our kids, once we teach them that positive culture and set that standard, what do? They take that outside, and then you see how things flourish. You flourish on your job. You flourish um, just in conversations with day-to-day people, right? People see things in you that sometimes you don't even see yourself, right? You have the favor of God a lot of times on your lives, and people wonder why, man, why is that happening? How is he or she able to do that? How is that kid able to get enrolled in that school? Um, it's because of the favor, right? So how do you build that culture within yourself, within your family, so you can spread it abroad? And I'm gonna break it down by the 4 C's, as always, right? Consistency, commitment, courage, and confidence, as always. The 4 C's, the four principles of life, as I call them. And it starts with, I call it, let me see here, right? I'm gonna read this. Is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 6, right? And it talks about love, right? Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoice with the truth, right? So when we talk about love, love doesn't mean that we always give in to everything. Love doesn't mean that we don't get frustrated, right? Love doesn't mean that we just give our kids every single thing just because um, we didn't ever have it, right? So it's okay. It starts with consistency. So with consistency, you have to be a person of value at all times. It's no excuses not to be a person of value. As you're being a person of value, that means that you're leading by example. And that's not only for your family, that's on your job, that's any and every single thing that you do, right? Um, with your children or whatever it is, you may spoil them in a way to where they may be spoiled, but it's a way to spoil them, right? You reward them for their actions. You consistently tell them that you're proud of them. Tell them that you love them. You embrace them with hugs, right? But then the flip side of that is you call them out and hold them accountable for their wrongdoings. This can even be in a relationship, right? You're holding that person accountable for the things that they do wrong. Yes, sometimes when a person does something wrong, it's a way to go about it. Um, you allow them to learn from it sometimes, and you teach them at the same time. You use it as a teaching moment or a coaching moment to build them up, so when they hopefully don't do it again, but if they were to do it again or get in that same situation again, they know how to handle it, right? And they don't feel like they cannot come to you if they make a mistake. So you don't instill fear, you instill discipline, right? Next, you go to commitment, right? You commit yourself to setting a standard within your household. And that's a standard of love and passion. At the end of the day, when you set that standard of love and passion, it's going to conquer all things. So when you don't have enough money to get them Christmas gifts, right? You don't have enough money to go get that birthday gift. When you don't have enough money to take them out or even take yourself out um, to go do something special on that day, when you only have enough money to go get that small meal and that small pizza instead of a large pizza for your family. But y'all still are blessed enough to eat, right? When you don't have enough money to pay all them bills, right? But God still make a way. So you set that standard of love to where you may can't show up for that one game that you may have missed that you really, really wanted to do because you had to work to bring money in to take care of your family. But you set a standard of love to where you consistently tell your kids the truth and you be transparent with them about the things that are going on. But at the same time, you're still letting them know that you care. You're asking about how their day was, right? You holding them accountable for making sure they don't get red tags in class and they stay on green, right? That's something my son tell me every single day. Daddy, I'm still on green. Hey, and I'm proud of him for that, right? But at the end of the day, you have to commit yourself to setting that standard, right? And you have to be that example for them. So next you go to courage, right? Courage is having enough strength within yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually to be present for your children, for your wife, for your family members. You have to be present, right? And in being present, that takes full commitment, that takes consistency, right? And in the midst of that, you have to have the courage to stand in the gap for you, for yourself, right? In times of adversity, when you don't feel like you can go anymore, you still have to be present. When you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulder, you still have to be present, right? Then that goes back to setting the standard, right? You're setting the standard to let them know that when they build their own families and start relationships and own jobs and stuff, presence means everything, right? First impressions, as we call them, a lot of times we don't never get them back. So we want to, every single time when we're dealing with our family and setting that culture of love, we want to be present each and every single time to where they learn from that, right? And then next you have confidence. You have to have the confidence to know that everything that you bring to the table, by you setting the standard, by you being present, being a person of consistent value, right? And you constantly spreading love and having transparency with you and your family on your job, whatever it is, right? You have to have the confidence to know that everything that you bring to the table is invaluable, right? It's priceless. Because like I said earlier, everything when it comes to love, sometimes that's all you have at the end of the day, right? And sometimes that's all that folks gonna remember is how you made them feel. That's sometimes how your kids gonna remember how you made them feel. Even when you getting on their butt, right? It's how you had that conversation with them, right? How you talk through it, how you allowed them to learn from their mistakes, right? How you prepared them for certain situations even before they even got to it. How you talk to your wife, right? The relationship that y'all build. All that stuff goes into building a culture of positive love within your home, right? Before you can spread it abroad. It starts within. And the biggest thing is it starts with you, right? So someone has to take the initiative to say, I am going to set this standard of love, right? Right? You have to. And if you're not, I want you to ask that question to yourself today. Are you setting a positive culture of love within your household to where when you're not even around, it continues to go on? Right? Does your family always need you to be present in order for that love to spread? Do you constantly have to be around your kids to constantly remind them of that? Or are you doing that enough of that at home to where when they get out, they light just shining bright? your light shining bright, right? Because that's been instilled in you and that's the person that you have become, right? Because I encourage everyone today to start setting that standard. It takes about 30 days to make a habit, right? And it goes back into consistency. If you consistently do something, it's gonna turn into a habit to where it's just gonna be constantly done within your mindset and within your actions. It's gonna always be done, regardless of you even trying to do it or not. So today I ask you all to commit yourself to creating a culture of love within your home, um, culture of love with on your jobs, and then as you go abroad, spread it to others, right? So if you're not, ask yourself again, am I creating a positive culture of love within my home? Am I creating a positive culture of love on my job? If you're not, please make a change. Um, Everybody can't be great, but there's enough room on this earth for everybody to be successful. Sometimes we just need to know how, right? So I encourage you today, go and be great. Create the lifestyle that you want. Create that positive culture within your life and stay positive, stay motivated. And as I always say, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, find a reason to smile. Find a reason to smile. Um, and just know that you are worth it. Um, Stay blessed and have a great day. This your boy Bernard Dyson signing off. Lifestyle Motivation.
Artlist.io